Welcome to this look at a Kukri Machete from Wayland Outdoors. Now, I'm gonna preface this review with a caution. It does say sharp objects inside, but I have to say I was not really all that wild about the edge on this machete. Now, I say that because I'm a bit of a snob. I take knife sharpening to a level that most sane people don't really do. But I expect every edged thing I have to be yak shaving sharp. And this did not meet that criteria out of the box. Is it sharp enough for being a machete? You bet it is. It's got all of the sharpness you need for something that's whacking away at brush or what have you. It does come very well packaged with a tip protector on the end to keep it from punching through. But as far as edges go, this is serviceable as a machete. I'm not taking anything away from that at all. But is it sharp enough for doing a really good job with doing some fire starting, which is what we're going to test this thing doing first? I'm going to see. We'll see if it's sharp enough for that. Will it get me some curls that I can start a fire with? I believe it will. But is it as sharp as I want it? Probably not. But it does come with a really nice color matched lanyard, which looks great. I love the knot work on this. I'm a sucker for good paracord work. And this has it. This grip is wicked comfy. I love the shape of this blade. Kukri is about as wild as I get. I don't really like blades that have an interior curve to them because they make sharpening just kind of a chore. Honestly, I like my simple Sammy designed Bushcraft knives, but this, as far as getting the utility of an edge tool and a manageable machete, this is a great tool for that, and definitely worth a spot or consideration in your kit. So let's get this guy out and get it dirty. Welcome. We're going to take a look a little deeper into the Wayland Kukri and see how good it is at starting a fire. Now, I know I can hear you guys already. Kukri is not meant to start fires. I use the same tests for bladed implements on this channel no matter what. So nobody gets a pass on being able to make a fire if you call yourself a bladed tool. So we're going to see how this does. I'm not too impressed with the back spine of this tool. I don't think it was intended to be a good scraper or a ferrocerium rod tool. So to give it a little gimme if it does fail there, I do have Wayland's own ferrocerium rod striker here with their ferrocerium rod. So we're gonna get a fire going no matter what. Let's see how this goes. Let's do some processing initially. I know I've already said that this wasn't as sharp as I might have expected, but let's get in tight here and take a look at how this tool does at making the preparations for a fire. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that I've assembled here for this little session. This is a piece of wood out of the Wayland fire starting kit. This is a piece of my favorite fat wood. You know how I love that. Now this is a fire starting material out of the Wayland fire kit as well. This is a wood fiber material that's treated, and I got to tell you, this stuff is really, really good. And these are the dental dams. We're going to see how well we can get each one of these lit with this tool. So let's get started. Get our Kukri out of the sheath. Now let's see how it does at creating some curls. I'm going to work back here. That's not bad. That is better than I would have expected. This edge wasn't shaving sharp, but it's plenty sharp enough for processing some wood. I can attest to that. We'll work up on the front of the blade a little bit. Yeah, no worries there. Did an excellent job. Let's put a little bit of fat wood in there too, because who doesn't love a little fat wood? Gotta say, that's doing a pretty fair job with the blade. Now let's see how the back of this does. I have to say, better than I would have expected. That's doing a much better job than I would have given the back of this blade credit for when I first felt it. So that was fun to learn. Let's see how it does scraping regular wood. My gosh, no argument there from me. That's pretty good performance. And maybe we can strike a ferrocerium rod with it. Let's give it a try. I'm not counting this guy out anymore. I was mistaken. I'm going to scrape it over here just to get rid of some of the paint. Get some exposed here. All right, let's see how this goes. And there we go. There is fat wood and regular wood for the win. No issues with that. Let's try one of these dental dams. What I like to do with these is bend them and then give them a little twist and keep working it back and forth to kind of work those fibers up into a tuff as good as I can. And then if I'm really skillful, I don't actually cause it to come completely in two. There we go. Well, let's see how this goes. Well, we are 2 for 2 today. That is a winner in my book. And now we're going to take this this wood fiber material, and before I referred to this as a Kit Kat. It is the Kit Kat of fire. And you don't need to use a whole piece. Believe me, a little bit of this goes a long way. I'm just going to break off a hunk here. And you can see that it's already quite fibrous. Just pick some of those layers apart. And maybe just give it a little bit of gentle scraping with the sharp side of the blade to kind of tuft up those fibers a little bit. And then give it a shot with your ferrocerium rod. And there you have it. Man. So, does the Kukri start a fire? You bet it does. Way to go, Wayland, for coming up with a Kukri design that gets the job done. Now let's take a look at how it works as a Kukri. Okay, this is a piece off of a redwood. Now, I did not go damage a perfectly healthy tree. This was a limb that was coming down and infringing on my range anyway. So I just wanted to get some green wood because I really believe the Kukri is better served working green wood than it is, you know, dried and seasoned hardwood. But let's see how it works. It certainly does the choppy bit just fine. Let's see if we can't chop a point on here. That is way better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, which I just happen to have a sharp stick. Anyway, this thing is doing just fine as a chopper, as you would expect. I mean, a good Kukri is going to do the choppy bit. Now let's go see how it does at clearing some grass and unwanted thistle plants. That gets it done. No complaints here. If you're looking for a world-class machete, this unit from Wayland is a great choice. You all have a great week. Thanks for watching.
Shutterstock Music.